Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Ben,
I'm Rom.
and we are back again for the One Piece versus 4K podcast. Back today for, I guess this is technically our 33rd episode of the podcast. So that's awesome. I'm covering episode 33 from my end. Rom would be covering episode uh,
34.
34. And if you don't
Yeah.
know what this podcast is, then I don't know why you clicked on it. But this is a One Piece versus 4K podcast where we compare the One Piece 4 Kids anime to the Funimation dub, sometimes sub, and throw in comparisons to the manga. Yeah, we're back. My episode is titled It Takes a Thief. Uh, we can go into what Rom's episode is, I guess, when we start the podcast and
Yes.
where we start talking about the episodes. But what's been going on with you?
So I guess in the world of One Piece in like the last 3 weeks, I think I want to say at least two chapters dropped. And this past weekend, but there wasn't a chapter that was dropped. This upcoming weekend, like it was a bye week. This upcoming weekend, we're expecting a new chapter. But I think prior to the break, I think we had like 3 or 4 chapters. So I think it's starting. But anytime I feel like we're starting to get back to the normal chapter cycle release, it always like goes wacky. So I just don't trust it, especially since like COVID is like starting to wreak more havoc in Japan. I think. I don't know how the situation is. But yeah, and like honestly, like these chapters have been amazing, and like one of the things that I think they did in the chapter prior to the last chapter that was released, like there was a question on whether Luffy was this, and then was this one character, and then I think it pretty much, I think everybody pretty much considers that it pretty much confirmed that he was probably this one other character, who's a key character in the whole Hob saga of One Piece. So yeah, it was just honestly this arc that we're on. It's just this one arc that we're on. It's just amazing, and we've been really enjoying it. And not only that, like the anime, the animation, the anime, like it is like top tier. Like it's just insane, like how well it is. Like honestly, it feels like they're making like a movie. Every single episode feels like it's like a movie almost, just because of how good the animation is. This is like movie tier animation, basically, in my personal opinion, at least. So shouts out to the animation of that. So yeah, so yeah, no chapters this past weekend, but there will be a new chapter next weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on in that. What's been going on with you, Ben?
Uh, Not much. Just been doing absolutely nothing. Killing an ant on my laptop. Uh, but yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't been doing much. Not been watching hardly any TV. I guess. Well, I have been watching some of that Lego Master show. Uh,
Mm.
so there's that. That show is really good. I think the first season is on something or another, but yeah, it's an interesting show. Just a competition where they, build different things with Legos. Um, been watching that, and what was that?
No, yeah, yeah. I was just gonna mention that it's Lego Batman who hosts the show
Oh
comedy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Shit, I just watched an episode tonight, and I can't remember his name.
He
Uh,
was
but
Amy
yeah,
Poehler's ex-husband.
it was what?
Amy Poehler's ex-husband.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't know that, but uh, yeah, that guy, the Batman guy from Lego Batman, the movie I still haven't seen. Um, but yeah, yeah, he's a great host.
I think that's like Will something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
I needed was the first name. Yeah, he's really funny on the show. Yeah. Other than that, uh, just been playing more Borderlands on Sundays. One of the members from Laura's community got Borderlands for Nintendo Switch. I already bought Borderlands for Nintendo Switch sometime last year, so we're playing through it every Sunday. So if any of our 5 listeners want to tune in, you can at twitch.tv/NeoBearTV. Yep, and yeah, that's pretty much it. What's been going on with me on the weekends, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention in the anime they're actually done with the flashbacks. They're now in the present, and like now we're back in the present, and we're going through the present stuff right now. So yeah, just I forgot to. I think I forgot to mention that, but yeah, we're done with the flashbacks, and we're now back in the present. I think we're. I think we are 3 episodes into the present now.
Oh, nice, finally. So did your prediction come true? It was the next episode?
Yeah, eventually my prediction came through. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I had to get it right eventually. But I mean, I do
Yeah.
get why they're kind of stalling it. It's like um, so. What's kind of funny is that despite One Piece being so long, like even over 1,000 chapters, and how much long like there's still so much to do, and like there's even though, and this is the longest arc in One Piece. What's kind of funny is despite all of this, like people are thinking that like Oda is going too fast in the manga chapters. Even though this is the longest arc, there is still this feeling that like the chapters are going way too fast, just because how much is covered in each chapter. And yeah, but like the animation, it's like they're adding a little more to the story. I do think, and I think that's something that I think Oda wanted was for the animation to kind of fill in certain parts here and there. Like for instance, like there's this scene where like Luffy is wearing a cape now, and like it's just he all of a sudden appears on a cape. But the animation kind of gives like a thing where Luffy's like, okay, I got to start wearing like a cape now or something. So stuff like that is the animation is like starting to fill more on. So yeah.
Got it. Well, I got one question for you. I think you already know the question. What episode are you on The Mandalorian?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Still haven't made it to episode 2, huh?
I'm in two. I'm in two right now.
Still haven't made it to episode 3 then.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I'm gonna ask you again. It's been like 3 weeks now.
Well, I mean, I think part of the reason is that I really got back into Madden, and I've just been like, it's just now. Granted, I never buy Madden anymore. I like this is still I
Okay,
think
man. Look, you should just put Madden on in the side and watch Mandalorian at the same time.
just have it going in the background.
You just have Madden in the background.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just man, Madden is like this like it's like this abusive relationship where like it just doesn't work, but I keep going back to it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know, but actually, I got a little more into 2K. I got 2K, and I've been playing a little bit of 2K. So, granted, like for whatever reason, like they got rid of my manager in 2K. It's like franchise mode equivalent to Madden, where you can like kind of play as the like the manager coach role, where you control a team. They don't have that in the latest 2K, so something really disappointing. So I hope they put it back in the next one. But I've been really enjoying the player mode and stuff. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of 2K, but it just keeps going back to Madden.
So did you finally use the gift card that you won in that contest?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I
Or did you forget? I just had a feeling you were gonna forget about that.
I think I did forget. Like I forget
Wait,
where
did you use it or no?
I know I haven't used it.
Oh God. Okay.
I have to see where it is.
I texted it to you. Well, okay.
Okay, I'll have to check my texts.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's on Facebook Messenger. But all right. Well,
Okay.
either way,
I'll use
maybe
it to get an older 2K, which actually has my. Actually, hopefully,
no.
when the new one comes out next year, I do plan on getting that because the one that's released, this one doesn't have the current Hawks roster, which is the one I want because the current Hawks roster, they made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Go Hawks! And so I want that roster. So I'll definitely get the new one when it comes out just to get this roster.
Okay,
So I
yeah,
mean,
okay, here we go. Yes, get it on release day. Just download it. Just use the gift card, then you can get it for $40. Let's go.
let's go.
I'm gonna message you when it. I'm gonna know when it releases because I know stupid things about video game release dates, and I'm gonna message you and remind you.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'll
This would
definitely.
be the first. Would this be the first time that you've ever bought an 80 game on your PS4 on release date?
Yeah, it would actually be the very first time that would actually ever happen. Because
My
I
God.
never, I don't think I've ever bought anything on release date. I've always waited for Thanksgiving where it's on sale for like $25, and it always has to be the hard copy instead of like over like the internet because over the
Yeah,
internet they don't give like Walmart deals like
yeah, I gotcha.
Madden. Yeah, Madden the CD when I buy it on disc it's like $25 when I get it at Black Friday at Walmart, but like I can't find that price on like the PlayStation store on any kind of
Yeah,
like
not that soon at least.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, no. I mean, if we do that, yeah, this will be the very first time I get something on that game day, and I'm not looking forward. Well, I am looking forward to it because getting that, but I'm not looking forward to playing online because there's going to be like a lot of like people playing, and I'm going to be going against people who are like at like 100 skill level to my 1 skill level. So that should be a blast.
Yeah.
Um, I really do hope they put my manager back on 2K
Well,
or
I
league
guess
manager
we
or
shall
whatever it
see.
is. Yeah.
Um. All right. Well, let's get into the episode here. Like I said
Yeah.
earlier, episode 33 from my end is called "It Takes a Thief." What is your episode title?
So my episode title is "Everyone Gathered." Usopp speaks the truth about Nami.
Okay. Yes, I am very interested for this episode because, or at least knowing what happened, in the Funimation dub, because as we talked last time, Nami actually does stab Usopp, and there is
Yeah.
no fake knife. So I'm very interested in what happens. So yeah, to double down on what happened last episode, this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna cover the episode. Like when the episode opens, they do like a recapped episode. I wanted to recap exactly what they said verbatim because I think you might get a kick out of it.
Mhm.
So I think did mention at least one time when the episode opens, it says on the last piece of One Piece. But other than that, it says this is what the announcer says. In order to prove Arlong, in order to prove to Arlong that she was loyal, Nami had to do away with Usopp, but under cover of his spoke bomb, she hatches a plan. Usopp now thinks she's a good guy. Or no, Usopp now knows that she's a good guy and is frantic to tell the rest of the crew. So
Oh,
just
okay.
just right off the bat too, like like even if you were like thinking like is she good or is she bad or whatever, like even after last episode, like they're just pretty much saying that no, yeah, she's really a good guy, which I thought is kind of funny. Like cuz it wasn't, I mean, I guess it was pretty obvious in last episode since it was a fake knife, but I just thought it was funny how they say Usopp now knows that she's a good guy.
Yeah, I am really excited to watch the Four Kids one in a little bit. Like not like now, but like I think in like a week or two, I'm gonna start watching from episode one on Four Kids. I'm really looking forward to. I feel like it's gonna bring me vibes from like the old Pokemon and like Digimon shows with all the recaps, how they did all of that. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyways, after the last piece of One Piece, we cut into Johnny explaining everything he saw happen. That Nami is one of the bad guys, which is kind of funny. Right after the announcer says that she's a good guy. But he says Nami's one of the bad guys and is only in it to get the treasure buried in Cocoa Village. Um, Luffy doesn't want to believe it and continues to tell Johnny that he's lying and she wouldn't hurt any of them. Nami then shows up and tells Luffy that he's wrong. She never was their friend and was using the crew to get what she wanted. Nami says, compared to what Arlong will do to them, it's nothing. If he can destroy a whole town, just think what could happen to them. Sanji then asks Nami if she's free on Friday, where Zolo interrupts him and asks Nami what she did with Usopp. Zolo begins to strike Nami, but Sanji blocks it and says it's ungentlemanly to raise a hand against a lady. Zolo then tells him if he knows what's good to keep sucking his candy. They then begin arguing back and forth and threaten each other, and Yosaku tells them to knock it off. So I guess I'll stop here, and I guess, like, is it still the same so far?
No, it's very different. So wait, was it Johnny? I think it was Johnny who says, Usopp is like dead and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically, like, so they crash land, and then Johnny talked about how like Nami killed Usopp, and like he just says that. Luffy says, "Hey, stop lying. Nami's our friend, and all that." And then he's like, believe it or not, like believe me, I saw with my own two eyes, or something like that. And then right then Nami appears, and this is actually something I wanted to ask you. Did Nami wear a glove?
No, I didn't notice any glove.
Okay. She's wearing a glove in mine, but
Well, I didn't notice that. But is there a significance of the glove in this episode?
yes, and it's at the very end where the significance of the glove comes in.
Okay.
So yeah, then like Nami shows up and she says that yeah she killed Usopp, and he's like he's with the fishes now, and how like she just wanted to steal their money, but now that they're broke, she's like you should run away. She then talks about how like you guys think you might be strong, you're not as strong as Prolong. And then I think like she gets into an exchange with Zoro, and I think yeah Sanji talks about, hey, I'm Sanji, do you remember me? And he gets all lovey dovey because it's like a girl and stuff. And then yeah, right as Zoro's like about to like he charges at Nami, and then Sanji blocks him, saying how it's sad that a swordsman would go attack a lady or something like that. And yeah, that's yeah. I think that's where you're at right now. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so at this point, Nami tells them to, stop fighting, do it somewhere else. She was only with them to get their hands on the loot, which she did. She says to get lost and beat it and that they are over. Luffy can't believe it and faints and says it's nap time and he wants to sleep because he's not leaving this place. Nami says, fine, stick around, and then runs off. Is that still pretty much what happens?
No, I mean kind of, yes, kind of no. So basically, yeah, Nami tells them to get lost, and to leave this town's order. Like don't like interfere in their town's stuff. After she says that, Luffy's like, okay, fine, whatever. He's like, all right, I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep, and then so he lies down. And then Nami just gets like agitated, and she's like, okay, fine, whatever, and like she walks away, angry.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think that's pretty much the same. It's just our summaries are different.
yeah.
Uh, okay, so then it cuts back to that little boy that we saw earlier, with Nojiko. And he's seen running with Nojiko, telling her that the Navy is here and that the survivors from Gosu were able to get the word out. A ship is seen on the horizon arriving. The captain says he knows their task is to rescue the survivors of the Guso massacre, but he wants to get to the root of the problem and take out Arlong's stronghold. All the Navy agree to reduce it to rubble. Chu is then seen telling Arlong what is happening, and Arlong tells him to bribe the new Navy crew as always. He says if he won't settle for 2 million berries, then see that the ship sinks on the seafloor. Uh, is was it 2 million berries in the Funimation?
Yeah, it was 2 million.
Okay. So yeah, all of a sudden a huge cannonball comes flying in, and Arlong catches it with his mouth and breaks it. One of the mermen then says, "Wow, he must have skipped breakfast," and another one says, "Talk about a jawbreaker."
Sort of. I mean, one thing that was kind of weird was how like the cannonball landed right at all.
Yeah.
It's like talking about aim. And then yeah, they're just like, whoa, that's a cannonball that he just like bit in and broke with his pure jaws, and they were just at awe at his strength. But yeah,
Yeah. So
and
Kuro.
jokes
Oh yeah, no jawbreaker jokes. Yeah, I guess jawbreakers aren't too popular in Japan.
maybe.
Um, Kurobi then asks if this means no bribe then, to which Arlong agrees. Chu says then they'll take him out. Chu, Kurobi, and Hachan agree to head out and fight the Navy. The Navy leader asks if they've hit as Chu shows up and attacks one of their men. The leader of the Navy tells them to be careful, that they need to plan this out as Chu takes out their skipper. The ship then rumbles, and Chu exclaims that it was Kurobi who tore off the ship's rudder. Chu then says his other buddy Hachi is down below and is moving a huge rock in front of an ocean current. And he asks, "Do you know what's going to happen when that, when he does this?" The captain says, "How would I know? That's impossible to do." All of a sudden, a whirlpool begins to form in front of the ship. Chu says, "Without the rudder, good luck trying to steer clear," and they are going down. The little boy in the village look on as the ship sinks. Nojiko says, "If they lost, there is no way they could win." Um, yeah. So is this pretty much what happens from your end?
Sort of. So one thing I wanted to ask. So they said the skipper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because like in mine, I think they refer to him as Commodore.
Oh, gotcha.
Than skipper. And then I think they actually talked about like a reef, like a barrier reef or something, like that they moved. I think that was what they referred to it as. And then yeah, they said, what happens when you move a barrier reef a little bit? And he's like, no. They knew like what was going to happen, and they're like, I can't believe you're about to do this. Kind of no, they're like, no, like I can't believe you're about to do this. And so yeah, then they know that like a whirlpool is about to come, and then yeah, whirlpool comes, and they just and then the fishermen leave. But yeah,
Got it. But they're saying it's a barrier reef. It might be, but it looks like a huge rock.
yeah, that what it was too. I think maybe it was like a maybe it was some other rock, or maybe it was some
I mean, it
formation.
would make more sense for it to be a barrier reef, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. Anyways, Arlong then asks his three minions how it went, and they say next time that they should fire flares instead. Chu says their plan worked because Nami's maps, and Karubi says if they could get Nami to draw maps of all the oceans in the sea, they'd be even more powerful than they are now. Arlong says he's right. It'd make their creation of the Merman Empire even easier, but oh well. I mean, it's kind of funny. He just says, "Oh well," uh, because he promised that he would release her in Cocoa Village after she paid him 100 million berries, and that she's almost there. The crew then says it's dumb, but Arlong says any promise he makes for money he keeps. Is this pretty much the same from yours?
Yeah, basically, yeah, they were just at Nami's maps, and then yeah, one of the guys, I think it was the octopus guy, can't remember any.
Hachan.
Uh, Hachin, yeah. Hachi, he talks about how like, oh no, he's worried that like Nami's gonna leave, and they're like, oh, say it ain't so and stuff. But yeah, Arlong, yeah, he says that she's close, and he's a man of his word, and he's gonna release Nami and the village after the 100 million is reached. So yeah, yeah.
Okay. So then it cuts back to Yosaku and Johnny. They're seen trying to convince Zolo to wake up Luffy and get out of here, and that there's no reason to stay. Zolo says someone would disagree with that, referring to Luffy. Zolo says since Nami is out, Luffy needs to decide who the ship's navigator is. Um, Both Yosaku and Johnny decide to leave as they state that they have better things to do and they don't want to be caught by the merman. Sanji tells Zolo that something's bothering him and that Nami seems sad on the inside. Zolo says, hopefully, for what she did to Usopp. Sanji replies he thinks that there's a lot more to it. At this point, we see the continuation of the scene, at least from the Four Kids dub, of Usopp running again, head first into the forest, thinking about Nami. Like, why did Nami make it look like she finished him off, but letting him escape instead? As he sees Zolo up ahead, it cuts back to Zolo saying they simply can't trust Nami. As Sanji says, it's enough, and Nami is a sweet girl, and he won't let him badmouth her as he goes in for an attack. The moment the attack is about to land, Usopp comes running in, and Sanji smacks him in the face with his, foot, and Zolo hits him with his sword. Sanji says, "Oh, that's Usopp. He's alive." As Zolo says, "Just barely, thanks to us." Um, is this what's happening from your end? I'm imagining there's got to be something different that Usopp is saying when he's running, right?
Yeah. So it's oh man. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, basically, I think John or Yusuke, they're trying to get Zoro to leave, but he says it's not up to him. It's up to Luffy. He's like, he decides when we leave who the navigator is and everything. It's not up to him anymore. Because obviously Luffy's name is captain and stuff, and then with that, Johnny and Yosuke they try to part ways with Luffy, and then yeah, Sanji then says Zoro, do you really think she killed Usopp, and what do you think she was crying about? And then, so forget which, I don't know if it's a sub translation or if it's the manga translation or where I heard it, but Zoro talked about how he always thought Nami was like like a small time thief or something, and this pisses off Sanji because he's like, there's nothing small about her. I don't know which translation it is, but I swear there was like a translation, or I don't know if it's in the manga or if it's in the sub, and or if it's just like a in one of the parody ones. Sanji took it as Zoro calling her small in reference, and I think he was thinking about her breast size or something. So he was like, "This is small." So yeah, he then talks about how she's not small. She's not a small time or something, or she's not small. And just as they're about to fight, Usopp then kind of like walks in through the forest, and then we see like how Nami stabbed her own hand right as she stabbed Usopp and stuff. And he sees Sanji and Zoro. He takes off his thing and he runs. And right as he's about to talk, Zoro and Sanji do an attack, and Usopp lands right in between, and he's like, "Oh, he's alive, yeah, barely." And then yeah, that's where you're at right now. But yeah,
Oh, okay. So that's what happens in the Four Kids version, and then you don't find it out, or in the Funimation version, and you don't find it out now. So Nami had actually stabbed her hand.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, and that's why she supposedly, or that's definitely why she has that glove on.
yeah. I guess like a
Yeah.
spoiler into the end of the episode is that basically, yeah, I mean, she has like a huge cut in her hand, and it's all band-aided up, and she just put a glove on so people don't see the band-aids.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. So, yeah. So then we then see. Oh yeah. So at this point, Luffy wakes up and says, "Ask who beat up Usopp," and they both start arguing again. Zolo says that they heard from Johnny that Nami had finished him off. Usopp agrees that it would have looked like that, but there's more, and Nami meant for it to look that way. We then see Nojiko walking through the village as she hears a rock break through the window. Nami is seen in her house and looks upset. Nojiko says she must be tired, trashing her house, and what is she so worried about? Her friends. Nami says, oh, that they've met. Nojiko says that she's met the really long nose guy, and he told her all about him, and that she used to smile and laugh when they hung out together. Nojiko asks if those guys are special, to which Nami says when she was with them, everything seemed so simple, and it felt different being happy. She says for the first time she had friends, and she lays her head down even further. Nojiko says, seeing as they all came back to get you. They feel the same way about her, and Nami agrees. Nojiku says, after all, deep down, she's not so bad, and Nami says, at least she hopes not. So is this what happens from your end?
Sort of. So basically, yeah, Nojiko, she's walking back to her place, and she hears like stuff breaking in. She sees Nami, and like Nami's all tired, and you see like the blood in her hands and the stab wound and like the band-aided stuff and the glove off, which is why I mentioned that you don't see it there, which is a spoiler that I mentioned earlier. And then then Nojiko talks about how like she met one of her friends, but she said that he's a captain or something, or he felt more like a liar. Um, and and then I think everything else is pretty similar. Nami reminisces about like them at the ship and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. So now it cuts back to Usopp explaining everything. Zolo asked, "What do we kick some merman tailfin?" Or now what do we do? Kick some merman tailfin? Nojiku then says, "Absolutely not." Um, and as there's nothing they can do against Arlong at this point, she shows up, and that they should leave Nami alone and not get into this. Luffy and crew then ask Nojiku to fill him in, or well, the crew, not with besides Luffy, asked Nojiku to fill them in on why Nami is doing all this. Luffy says no thanks and walks off, saying he already knows all he needs to know, and he's going for a walk. Nojiku then says he's odd, and Zolo says they'll at least hear her out. Um, at this point, a new Navy ship shows up, and it's uh, Colonel Nezumi again, the rat guy, and asks. He then, shows up to the village and asks Genzo to take him to a girl named Nami. Genzo asks why, and he says, "Don't worry." Nojiku then, cuts back to Nojiku, and she starts explaining why Nami joined up with Arlong. She says that it all started when they were young and growing up with it shows like a woman, like a Navy woman, um, who was brave enough to stand up to mermen, and that her name was Belmare. And then at this point, the episode ends.
So yeah, a lot of it's very similar. So basically, Nojiko starts to basically explain. So Usopp just kind of ends with what he was saying, and then Nojiko comes in and she starts to explain. But then Luffy says that he doesn't care. He wants to go for a walk or something, and he walks away. And then everything that you pretty much said pretty much happens, and then she then talks about how like this goes all the way back to Bellemere and stuff. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. So earlier, when Usopp comes in, Luffy just like says to Usopp in a comedic manner, "Usopp, I thought you died. That Johnny was lying about Nami killing you and stuff." And then Usopp kind of mentions how like well, it's partially true that Nami did kill me, and then that's when it cuts off to Nojiko going back to her house where Nami was breaking things, and Nojiko mentioning how being happy is probably something that hurts. Being happy and being having friends is something that hurts Nami and stuff. But and then we go back to where we are. But yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so it ends the same way at least.
Yeah, right as she goes into a story about this Navy female soldier named Delamere.
Got it. All right. Well, interesting into the episode. I look forward to uh, our next episode. I guess it'll be a week from now. Well, not next week, but the week after. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what happens for sure. Thanks everyone for listening. That is it for episode 33, episode 34 from Ramzan. Next week we'll cover episode 34 from the Four Kids End. But yeah, thanks everyone. Later.
Bye.